Good morning. How are you guys?
Morning.
Doing well.
Good
Thank you.
morning.
We're super excited to tell you about our company, VetCare Assist. Okay. To start out with a bit of a backstory about VetCare Assist, during my childhood, my mother was comfortably supporting my four siblings and I when we had faced a devastating turn of events when my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. As she was already struggling with the financial strain of treatments and surgeries, another tragedy struck when our beloved dog Chopper was also diagnosed with cancer. Despite receiving assistance for my siblings and I's care, we found ourselves unable to afford the veterinary bills necessary to save our other family member, Chopper. Our whole family was super heartbroken and we were scared we were going to have to lose our dog due to these financial constraints. However, my grandpa thankfully stepped in, offering to give the financial support that was needed to cover Chopper's treatments. This act of kindness really spared my family from losing our family pet and also highlighted the harsh reality that not everyone has the same access to financial or familial support in times of despair. The existence of VetCare Assist could have alleviated these burdens, ensuring that financial barriers don't become a death sentence for beloved family pets in similar situations, especially for those without the same financial support. With 2 out of every 3 individuals who experience an extremely high vet bill having no choice but to euthanize their pet, the need for accessible and affordable veterinary care is urgent. This economic barrier not only jeopardizes the health, but also the well-being of animals and also strains the emotional bonds between owners and their pets. And our team had surveyed over 115 WCU pet owners, and 54% of respondents reported that they have or know someone who has had to get rid of or put down their pet due to financial reasons. Additionally, a study done by Forbes declared that a shocking 42% of pet owners can't cover a surprise vet bill. These ongoing problems have outlined the need for VetCare Assist. VetCare Assist is an online financial aid 501c3 nonprofit for veterinary bills. VetCare Assist partners with vet clinics, pet insurance companies, and pet stores to help provide free or heavily discounted veterinary care for eligible low-income individuals who need vet care for their pets, but they're experiencing a financial barrier keeping them from doing so. Eligible individuals will receive financial aid based on a criteria collected from the application form. And VetCare Assist is like a more seamless version of FAFSA for vet bills and Medicaid for pets, but without being government owned. And we strive to significantly decrease the number of economic euthanasias, suffering pets, as well as dumped animals due to these monetary restrictions. So as for attraction, we have made several connections with nonprofit enthusiasts who are great mentors going forward for us. We sent out a survey across social media to get a grasp on those who own a pet and their financial constraints. This helped us to see who would use our service and also who would benefit from it. We are in the process of interviewing potential veterinary care professionals to partner with, as well as animal shelters and vet owners. We have also identified a little over 10 animal welfare grants that we qualify for. And lastly, Brooke and I recently created a website and a map prototype that you can see on the screen.
So my name is Brooke. I'm the CEO and Chief Strategy Officer, and I have experience in community service as well as pet care.
My name's Leah. I'm the CMO and project manager, and I have experience in fundraising, vet bills, and marketing.
I'm Audrey. I'm the meeting facilitator and researcher, and I have experience with networking.
And then my name's Abby, and I do the documentation, and my experience consists of customer service and communication. So our unofficial members include Abraham Santos and Chris Larson. Abraham is a pre-vet and zoology major, and Chris is our financial consultant. Our advisor is Nathan Weller, who is currently the longest-standing city council member of Pullman and has experience in the Poverty Awareness Task Force and the community outreach. Nathan also has experience in nonprofits and fundraising for animals with the Whitman Humane Society. Additionally, Nathan won the BPC about 17 years ago.
In regards to our market opportunity, we are first entering the market by targeting emotional support animals in need in the United States. For TAM, SAM, and SOM, our total addressable market starts with the 19 million low-income pet owners in the United States. Then our serviceable addressable market is just under 11,000, which consists of low-income pet owners with an emotional support animal in the United States who require financial assistance with their vet bills. Lastly, our SOM is an estimated 86% of the SAM that we expect to be eligible for VetCare Assist funds. The low income level is a 3-person household, which is the average household number, and as of 2024 is almost $2,000 or $2,600. This is VetCare Assist guidelines of how we define low income. Turning to the market opportunity for receiving funds from animal welfare donors within the nonprofit sector, VetCare Assist, TAM, SAM, and SOM display the funding potential. VetCare Assist's total addressable market begins with the almost $500 billion that was donated to nonprofits last year. Our serviceable addressable market is the $12.3 billion donated to animal welfare nonprofits. Then our serviceable obtainable market based on current industry trends is the $2 million we estimate to capture and allocate to pets in need by 2028. When doing research, our team found an opportunity within the financial assistance gap between individuals with service animals and individuals with emotional support animals. We found that there are many resources and financial aid programs for those with a physical disability, but not for those with a mental ability. Within this gap, we have found a market opportunity for VetCare Assist. Our market opportunity allows emotional support animal pet owners such as veterans, assault survivors, and those who suffer from mental health conditions to receive veterinary care. Transitioning to our market strategy, VetCare Assist will first start as an online website similar to FAFSA. We plan on using a service such as Squarespace or Wix for this. We will then begin entering the market by beta testing our program. 2024 research shows that Pullman was revealed as the poorest city in Washington, proving it to be an area that accurately represents our target audience demographics. Knowing this, we have started contacting Pullman veterinarians and have already confirmed vets who are interested in partnering with us. VetCare Assist will initially begin serving low-income pet owners with emotional support animals. While there's no available data about the ESA population by city, Washington ranks 7th among U.S. states with the most ESA animals. We will start our 1-year-long beta test by raising enough funds to provide veterinary care for 1 to 3 free or discounted veterinary visits per month using VetCare Assist funds for low-income pet owners in Pullman, prioritizing those with emotional support animals. Our plan is to be widespread across the United States, but beta testing first will allow us to establish relationships with vets and learn to perfect the process and be able to replicate it.
Our competitors. VetCare Assist has been able to identify direct and indirect competitors. Our direct competitors exist of Frankie's Friends, the Magic Bullet Fund, the Pet Fund, and Red Rover. These companies offer financial assistance for vet bills, but are either not widespread or they do not specialize in low income. Indirect competitors exist of pet insurance companies, which not everyone can afford, using credit or loans to pay, which is going to affect someone's debt, or DIY remedies, which could potentially affect an animal's health in the future. Competitive strategies. VetCare Assist's initial competitive strategy is we plan to have nationwide coverage. Additionally, our competitors operate under limiting conditions such as location, breeds, types of care, and few partnerships. By partnering with VetCare Assist, vets would diminish the need to send bills to collections, therefore saving those low-income pet owners credit. Lastly, VetCare Assist has a seamless and familiar application process to FAFSA. This is our financial breakdown. To start, we have estimated $300,000 will cover all costs and keep VetCare Assist from having any negative revenue. Costs exist of advertising, salaries, and licensing. As a nonprofit, we do understand we need to raise money to cover all costs, resulting in no negative revenue. Total operating expenses exist of $35,720 plus $34,000 in payroll for just year 1. This is predicted to drastically incline as we move forward in the coming years.
So since we are a nonprofit, we are getting our funding through partnerships
5 minutes remaining.
and crowdfunding.
We plan to create a Kickstarter campaign, GoFundMe, and an Indiegogo campaign to get the operation started before we receive grant funds. Additionally, we will partner with mission-aligned companies that make regular donations and/or donate partial proceeds to animal welfare organizations. Animal welfare, community health, poverty alleviation, social impact, and corporate sponsorship are all grants that we are interested in and that we qualify for. We may find other funding in partnerships and website donations, and then some additional grants that we are interested in are the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, the Humane Society of the United States, Petco Foundation, Maddie's Fund, and Best Friends Animal Society. So lastly, please consider our nonprofit for the Best Social Impact Venture Prize. We know that we can make a positive impact in the lives of low-income pet owners, their beloved companions, as well as the stray animal population. And we're confident in our abilities to support individuals facing mental health challenges, including veterans and assault survivors, through assisting emotional support animals. Thank you guys so much for your time, and do you have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. I was wondering if you could tell us more about your interactions with potential funding sources. Have you just identified them, or have you started to reach out, talk to them, application processes?
Yeah, so we have definitely done a lot of research into what grants we qualify for. So not only have we identified those, but we have done research as to how we qualify for them and what needs to go into those grants. So we have not started writing for them yet. And that's just because through advice from our advisor, we found that there are other steps that we need to continue first. But we have understood exactly what we need to write those grants.
What specific animals are you targeting to be able to assist?
So we're starting out just to start small scale with just dogs and cats. And then as we become more widespread across the US, once we are actually in every state, then we will begin to cover like birds and a more wide variety of animals, as our main competitive advantage is our accessibility and widespread.
What is the average utilization? You guys go over kind of, like as nonprofits, right? You guys are looking at slightly different things than a for-profit business. How do your projected utilization of funds, of like percentage that goes towards the pet owners that you're assisting, how does that compare to other nonprofits
Yeah, so
that you guys have?
can you see our screen? I'm sorry, you just disappeared when I clicked over.
I can't see your screen right now.
Okay, so sorry.
Second, you just completely disappeared off the screen.
If you hit zoom in and one.
Okay, we can see you now.
Okay. And regardless if you can see our screen or not, I'm not sure what's happening. But we do have an income statement that our percentages are way higher than other nonprofit percentages. I'm so sorry, I'm having difficulties. But
It's
we're
okay. You
in
just
our
talk to
first
it. We
year.
can't see your screen.
Okay.
Just go back. We apologize.
Okay, well, in our first year, we're predicted to have 76%, which other nonprofits are around 50% for that first year, and then that steadily grows as we go on. So our goal is to donate more to those pet owners than other nonprofits.
I believe that at the end of the 5 years, we will be giving around 85% to the animals, and then 15% will be going back towards the business, towards the fees and such.
Happy to keep asking questions, but other judges feel free to jump in. Another question I had was, can you tell us about the process of what it would look like for a pet owner to request funds from one of your competitors compared to yourself? I just don't know a lot about that process, so I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about that, and then a little bit more about how yours would differ for where you're differentiated.
Yeah, totally. So for most of the competitors, they have to, first of all, struggle to find the resources. And then once they do find those, it's a long process of writing exactly why you need it. And most competitors, as we said, are limiting with the types of care. So say your animal has cancer, some only do non-emergency care. So you have to find the one that's right for you. And then say you do find the one that will take your type of care. And it's almost like writing a grant, like an essay, and you have to say, oh, like this is why I need it, here's my proof and such. And then they decide, and our competitors haven't disclosed how they decide that. But for us, it will be similar to FAFSA, so where you will have to give out all your like your income and how many kids you have, how many pets you have, similar to FAFSA, as I've said. And then also, additionally, we will make sure that there are certain resources that they have reached out to first, so that we are not the first one, and to make sure that they have reached out to X amount of resources before they can receive funds. And then additionally, they have to see if they are eligible based on what resources they have tried, their living situations, how many pets they have, how many kids they have, if they're single, etc. And we do
5
not limit
minutes
based off of the
remaining.
type of care. So that's pretty much the main difference, is accessibility to our website as well as what we offer.
I have a question. Have you considered, because you are collecting kind of some significant financial information, how to deal with like the security side of things? That's becoming a ever increasing issue and a possible risk. You would hate to have to buy credit checks for everybody.
Absolutely. So that's where our licensing costs come in, making sure that we're operating legally, we're keeping our security high, because it could potentially bring a lot of security issues. So that's into our costs operating each year, because we're going to have to maintain that every single year to make sure that our customers are getting top security, we're not getting scammed, and so on like that. So that's where our licensing comes from, making sure that we have a very secure program.
As you've gone through the competition, tell us about the one thing that has been the biggest aha moment for you each individually.
Well, for me personally, I went through every single competition I could find. I spent days and so long finding every single competition, making sure that they don't do something that we don't, or making sure that we are the strongest competitor. And that really is just what stuck out to me, that whether it's the type of care or the location that they're at, some do only specific in the state, some only do dogs, some only do cancer. And so that's really the biggest thing that has stood out to me, is that after days of researching all the competitors, and as if I'm somebody who needs care, doing all that research, I found that we offer the most services and have the most accessibility to our services.
3 minutes know that- remaining. I noticed that there was a lot of like specific breeds that they tend to, where like I don't know if that like if they're just taking care of just dogs or just like specific breeds of cats, but it just seems very like specific, where that just seems a little bit I don't know, like
Limited.
yeah, like limited. And they also like kind of make you go through the grants by yourself rather than help you like through the process, where I don't know if we mentioned, but we do offer like a care coordinator that will help you like go through the application process, which would be really helpful, especially for people who don't like. For FAFSA, it's a really like hard process and it takes a really long time. I know I put it off, so having people there to like help you through it would just be like really nice, in my opinion.
For me, it was probably kind of what Brooke said with the regional thing. I didn't realize like there's nothing that's widespread. And I'm from Colorado, and we did a lot of research on ones in Washington, and I didn't really like know even where to start with the Colorado ones. Like there's just not anything that's very widespread.
For me, it was the financials, frankly. I've worked pretty closely with Chris Larson. I think he got third place last year. And so finding financials for nonprofit is extremely difficult. And so as we sat down, and it took us weeks to come up with our financial plans, I learned a ton about percentages, about roughly costs, what we could save on costs, and how we could keep our costs low, and that we do need to have that high percentage that's going to be returned to customers, or people are not going to want to donate, and we need to advertise that.
What were the priorities that your advisors told you above looking for grant funding, or like starting to apply for and pursue grant funding?
1 minute remains.
So yeah, basically when I had discussed with our advisor, they let us know that we should reach out to veterinarians first, which we have started. We have contacted vets who have actually said that they're interested in partnering with us, but contacting for sure partnerships as well as not only vets, but also like other donors other than grants, like crowdfunding and stuff like that, just to initially get that first seed of money to start it going, and then obviously the vets to start that beta test.
Thank you, guys. I think we have 10 seconds left.
Well, thank you guys for your time. This has been a super great learning experience for us.